The music news for the streets, the music news for your beats, the news for the music stuff that you gonna need. We gon' talk about plugins, we gon' talk about gear. If it's news on this music, we gon' talk about it here. Let's go.
What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, SumnSumnSumn. Hit the keys. Here today to bring you guys 8 free plugins for February of 2024. Some of these plugins are limited time only, so make sure you grab them while you can. I will say some of these are absolute bangers as well. The first free plugin that I have for you guys today comes from the Crow Hills Company. As many of you guys know, they have an application called Vaults Beta. Beta! And in this application, every so often they upload new sounds to it. So we've got piano, strings, all kinds of stuff in there. Well, they just added a new addition to it, and it is a chorus synth. Let's go ahead and check it out. So when you open it up, it is going to look like this. As you can see with this one, the controls you're going to get are going to be tone and chorus. Down here at the bottom, you're going to get the sub, the shape, the echo, and the sploosh. I'm just going to go ahead and push play real quick so you guys can hear what it sounds like. I just put down some chords and just a super basic melody, but it sounds like this. So it has that super 80s feel. If I was just to hold down one note, it would sound like this. So pretty solid. You'll see here you have this chorus effect right here. So if I hold down just one note, pretty solid. And then on top of that, you have tone. You know, so that's nice. Down here at the bottom, you're going to get sub, shape, echo, and sploosh. So pretty solid. I highly recommend downloading this if you haven't already got Vaults Beta, because you're gonna get a bunch of dope stuff in here. Like here's this piano. And what's cool about this piano is that you're gonna get reverse, you're gonna get offset and all that. So that's solid. You're gonna get these strings right here. So I'll go ahead and hold down one note on these strings. Super solid, and you also get this Celesta. And then you also get this shimmer guitar too as well. So the shimmer guitar does sound better when you're just using single notes versus chords, but you know, all these sounds are really good. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, the Crow Hills Company is becoming one of my favorite companies when it comes to giving free sounds out for sure. All right, guys, and the second free plugin that I have for you guys today, I talked about in the last news report. This one is free with purchase over at Plugin Boutique. It's called Polymax by Universal Audio. Typically in these videos like this, I don't do anything that is free with purchase, but this plugin is just too good. This is literally one of the best free gifts that I've ever seen from Plugin Boutique, and I've been doing this for a while. When you open this thing up, it is going to look like this. So as you can see here, you get a couple different oscillators, filters, LFOs. You get some controls down here, like an arpeggiator, some modulation effects like phaser, flanger, and chorus. And then you get a reverb right here. I mentioned this in the last video that you can come over here and get this bright electric guitar for $5, or you can get anything you want. There's a bunch of huge sales right now at Plugin Boutique. I had some questions from a few of the subscribers that said that they did not get this. So basically, when you put this in your cart, you're going to put add, And then when you go to your cart, in order to be able to get one of the gifts from Plugin Boutique, if you've never been there before, you're gonna have to come down here to this right here where it says choose your free gift, and then you're gonna claim your gift. I've already claimed that gift, so I can't claim it again. But you'll see here the W495 and the Loop Cloud are the other gifts that they're offering, so you get to pick one. So that's how you're gonna basically be able to grab this. I just wanted to make sure I showed you guys so that you guys could do that. But I can't stress enough, this is one of the dopest free gifts that they've ever given out. I put a few different instances of this on a beat. So I have just a little loop for you guys. And some of the sounds sound like this. So pretty solid. With this, again, you're gonna get all kinds of different presets. So as you see here, when you open it up, you get some best of, you get poly, you're gonna get bass, effects, leads, pads, plucks, all that. And then if you look down here, there's just a ton of presets in this. This is sincerely a premium synthesizer. So this thing doesn't sound like a free synthesizer at all. So let's go ahead and just check out a couple of the presets. I only have a couple of certain patterns picked up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play this pattern right here on a few different sounds. So for me, that preset right there is fire. It's super epic, just like the name would imply. But I'm just gonna pick some of these at random, so I can't promise they're all gonna sound excellent, but we'll see. So that one sounds kind of rough. Let's see what a single note sounds like. So not bad. A lot of these poly sounds are pretty solid too as well. So let's go ahead and get poly up here real quick. I like a lot of these. Does that say coming? Human. Pause. So as you guys can tell, this thing sounds absolutely amazing. And again, it sounds really good with these effects too. So let's just go ahead and turn a few of these up. And obviously, as you can see here, you've got control over two different AESRs, your envelope and your amplifier. You got controls over different LFO controls over here, your filters, oscillators, all that good stuff. Again, for the third or fourth time, this is a very fire-free gift. I would recommend spending a couple of dollars on whatever cheap plugin is that you want, or there is some great deals right now and going to get this. All right, guys, and the third free plugin that I have for you guys today is a pretty solid transient shaper. It's called Refire by, I think the company's name is Adabaji. I'm not exactly sure. When you open up Refire, it is going to look like this. So this thing is basically a free version of Knock. I'm not gonna lie to you guys though, it's not as good as Knock the way that it sounds, but if you can't afford Knock, this is a great solution to that plugin. And as you see here, you're gonna get 5 different modules. So you're gonna get bang, which is your transient shaper. You're gonna get heat, which is distortion, which has 3 different types of distortion right here. You have sub, which basically can turn your kick into a sub. It adds subharmonic frequencies. Right here you have details. So this basically adds some air and it's gonna add a little bit of noise to your drums. And then your clamp right here is basically your soft and your hard clipper. And then down here you have a high pass and a low pass filter. You have in and out. And then you have your mix knobs down here. So basically, I put a little kick, snare, and hi-hat pattern on that melody you guys just heard. So it sounds like this. I already know I'm a big child. But with this, once I turn the refire on, it's gonna sound like this. So you can obviously hear it added a whole lot to those drums. So I'm gonna turn it off and then I'm gonna turn it on while it's playing so you guys can hear it again. So it sounds pretty solid in my opinion. What I'm gonna do next though is I'm going to go ahead and just turn only the drums on so you can hear just the drums for a second. And then I'm gonna let you hear what all the modules sound like. So again, this is what the drums sounded like. Now, once I turn this on, they sound like this. So we'll go ahead and go through each one of the modules so that you guys can hear what each one of the modules sound like. We'll go ahead and start with this down, and we'll start with this down, and we'll just turn things up for you to hear it. So you can hear that's giving it a little bit of oomph. And then I've got the heat right here. So this is going to add a little bit of distortion. And we have 3 different kinds of distortions here. I will absolutely never use C, but that's just me. Then we have sub right here. So that's pretty solid because you can make 808s with this. And then you can just put your kick on your root note and then you have an 808 right there. Then we have detail right here. I really like this detail knob because it does add a lot to the sound. So you can hear with that noise, it's just adding to it. So that's solid. And then you have your soft and your hard clipper right here. So let's go ahead and turn this on. So as you can tell, this is your ceiling right here. And down here at the bottom, you have soft and hard. So let's go ahead and pause. And let's see what this sounds like. So for all of you guys who want to hear some gain compensation, I'm just going to turn this on, turn this off real quick, and you'll be able to hear the difference. And then down here, you just have filters as well. So just a super solid plugin if you need some kind of a tool for your drums. I will recommend that if you are going to use something like this, you guys see how I have my kick here, I have my snare and my hi-hat here. Just make sure that you send them to an insert and then put the refire on the insert. All right, guys, and the fourth free plugin that I have for you guys today is only free for a limited time only. So this is only free until February 18th, which is Sunday. It's from Melda Productions and it's called M Center. When you look at M Center, it is going to look like this. What is this, you may wonder? Well, it is basically a stereo imaging or stereo widening plugin. So as you see right here, you can control either your mid or your side with this knob right here. You also have spectral controls right here. You have a few advanced controls underneath the hood that you can mess with, like spectrum smoothing, time smoothing, and extremize. And then you have like a little EQ right here, which is pretty solid because you're basically able to EQ what you are affecting with these knobs. So that's pretty solid here as well. Then over here, you're gonna have a couple of different graphs. So you can switch between two different graphs if you want to watch and see what your sound is doing. So I'm just gonna take one of those sounds from Polymax, this sound right here. All right, and so now if I was to turn this knob up, I'm gonna turn this knob up as I'm playing, and you are going to hear, you're gonna basically hear it get widened. So it's gonna widen out that sound for me. And then you see how when I brought it down, it basically just made it, more mono. All right, so when I pushed that, I had this one pause over here. So you gotta push play in order to check out this graph over here. But it just gives you more of a visualization of what's going on. So let's go ahead and turn this back up and widen that sound back out a little bit. All right, so then you get control over your mid side and your spectral right here. So you can hear how that's changing your sound too as well. Down here at the bottom, you got some advanced options. So you have spectrum smoothing, and all these are just subtle changes in the sound basically. And then down here is pretty solid because right here you get an EQ. And then like with the EQ, you can easily just, click in whatever it is that you want. And so it's a really quick way to get your EQ how you want. Obviously, I'm not going to EQ it like this, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is to just boom, click, and then, you can make just quick pinpoint adjustments in your EQ on this. You get all kinds of controls with this. So as you see here with your settings and all that stuff, you're going to get different controls that you can mess with between your advanced grabs, sonogram, pre-filtering, all that stuff. You get all kinds of controls over that. And then you just get settings, analyzer, so on and so forth. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've only messed with this for a little bit. I've only probably messed with it for like 10, 15 minutes. But I definitely wanted to put it in this video because I know this could help out a lot of people. This is a very solid stereo imaging plugin or widener, whatever it is that you want to call it. Definitely solid. All right, guys, and the fifth free plugin that I have for you guys today is a sample library for the full version of Contact. So unfortunately, it is not good for the Contact 7 free player. But if you have Contact, you guys can definitely grab this and use it. It's called SP Alabama. When you open up SP Alabama, it's going to look like this. It is basically an acoustic guitar. I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I seen the name of this, all I could think about for like the last hour is Sweet Home Alabama. Yeah, I already know. I don't even know. That's not even something that would be on my playlist, but it is what it is. All right, so with this thing, it's pretty cool because you get control over a few things, like you see legato and stuff over here. You get control over articulations. You get different modes, which is cool because you get chords where you can strum the chords and all that other stuff like a real guitar, which is nice. And then you just get some control over different stuff like palm mutes and X mute and all that other stuff. This guitar sounds pretty good. It does sound like this. So then what's cool about down here too as well is that you can do different stuff with this. So like, you know, let's say I push this right here, it's gonna put it into a palm mute. But you just have different modes in which you can put it in down here. So this one's gonna change up this right here. You have a couple chords over here. Sorry, I know that was a little bit loud. I apologize. And then over here, like you have this solo mode. So you can come over here into your solo mode. And like, let's say I want to pick some power chords right here. So now I can pick these power chords. And if I strum it, now I can change the strum on this though. So, but I can still change it more. Then I have other chords over here that I can mess with too as well. So that's pretty solid. Again, this is a pretty good guitar plugin or library for Contact. If you don't have any good guitars and you have Contact, I definitely recommend grabbing this. All right, guys, the sixth free plugin that I have for you guys today is also from Add a Bogey, Add a Boogie, Add a Boogie, Add a Bougie. I'm not exactly sure how you say it, but it's called Wave. When you open up Wave, it is gonna look like this. It's supposed to be like tremolo. So I put it on that guitar. This is what the guitar sounded like without Wave on there. I must mention too, this guitar is limited time only on the freeness as well. Sorry that I'm late in the video with that. But if I do turn this on now, I can get it to sound like. So for me, this is pretty solid. You can mess with the time, the amount. You can either go step or you can go milliseconds. So that's gonna be within time. The step, obviously, you have shape and offset. So that's pretty solid. You can get a little trippy effect with that. And you got the shape over here. All right, guys, and the next free plugin that I have for you guys today comes from Quiet Music. It's called Send to Pick. So when you open up Send to Picks, it's going to look like this. This is the light version of their full plugin. It is basically a toy piano. Quiet Music, I love y'all, but I don't know about the name on this one, man. I just don't know. But this one only comes with 5 presets. You're gonna get distortion, reverb, chorus, delay, modulation, ADSR on this thing. And some of the presets sound like this. So we'll go ahead and turn on reverb, maybe some distortion. So for me, some of these presets really shine when you start turning the effects on, but I feel like some of them are overcooked as well, I will be honest. So it's like you're not really gonna add any effects. And again, there's only 5 presets in this thing. And then this is the last preset right here. This is my favorite preset, maybe not with this pattern, but as I was messing with it before I put together the pattern, I like this preset a lot. So that one sounds good to me. I kind of like it, but I like it more like just hitting the keys by himself. So again, if you're looking for some kind of toy piano or just something that sounds a little bit different than everything else out there, this is out there, and I'll leave this below in the description with everything else. All right, guys, and the 8th and final freebie that I have for you guys today is only free until the end of the month. The plugin is called Sub Ninja. You will need a code in order to get this plugin, but I do have a code for you guys. If you enter in SumnSumnSumn100, you'll get it for free. Make sure you type in all caps on the something, but SumnSumnSumn100 will get this for you for free. As we take a look here at the plugin, what is it? It is basically an analyzer. So it allows for you to analyze your sub. Really, you can analyze anything, but the point of it is to analyze your sub and to make sure that your kick and your sub are in phase. So I'm gonna go ahead and push play, and with this, you're gonna see the meter run. I only have that guitar going with some drums, so it's not too much going on in this spectral analyzer, but you'll see what I'm saying. So it's basically analyzing the whole beat. What this is good for is you can pull this down and you can basically analyze everything. Like, let's say you're trying to figure out what your relationship is between your kick and your 808. Well, you can turn this down to about 100 or so, and then you can see all the information that's just underneath 100. So basically, this is going to allow you to see if your kick and your 808 are in phase. You can look at different things with this. So you have left, right, you have mid side. And so let's go ahead and check that out. So it just tells you where the information is coming from. And then over here, you also have another waveform in which this is going to be the original one. So, you know, this isn't a bad tool if you just need something that's going to help you analyze, you know what I'm saying, your sub or your kick. You can change the length up here too as well, so you can get a longer look at it. And then you have a zoom too, so you can zoom in on the waveform and everything like that as well. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this plugin isn't necessarily for me. You know, I would normally just use my ears. I know a lot of you guys hate when we say that, but I would just use my ears to figure out if the sub and the kick were in phase. But if you do need some help figuring it out, again, this plugin is free. All you got to do is use the code SUMN100, and it's free until the end of the month. So that's what I got for you guys today in February's freebies. I hope I could help you guys out with some of these freebies. I'm going to say it again. You need to go get that Polymax. Definitely fire. That M Center is fire as well. I mean, just a lot of fire stuff. The guitar plugin, fire as well. Vaults Beta, fire. Just a lot of good stuff. So make sure if you guys do like this content, though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button. Hit subscribe to that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the key.